everyone, my name is Aini Ikaw, and in this video I am going to have a personal review of the instructional materials used in today's setting. We all know that we are in the modular and online learning. So I'm going to discuss the importance, advantages, and disadvantages of these instructional materials used in today's setting. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so for the first instructional materials that I am going to review is the textbook. We all know that the textbook is the most common resources used in the classroom and even in today's setting. This textbook plays a fundamental role in providing opportunities for learning of the learners. And at the same time, for the teacher side, it acts as a supplement for the teacher's knowledge deficits, especially if this teacher is just beginning in the teaching field. When it comes to the advantages of these instructional materials, personally I see it very convenient because it is in a balanced chronological order wherein I can easily be directed to the lesson proper or topic that I needed for a specific reason. Another advantage that I see in this textbook is that it provides the lesson content or topics for the whole course. So there are no surprises. You can easily browse information from that textbook. You can review your progress from the previous lessons, or you can have an advanced study of the lesson for the upcoming lesson discussion. But the disadvantage of this textbook is that the information provided in this textbook could be outdated, meaning the information is not current or relevant in today's setting. So it is not that convenient. With this textbook, another sources should be applied to this so that learning could be possible. Another downside of this textbook is that it has all the answers to the questions, meaning they will not think critically. Another instructional materials that I am going to review is the module or self-learning kit. Personally, I really like this because it is really convenient and that it makes the learning easier for the reason that all the important topics or lessons are all put in one material, making it possible for the learners to conserve time, effort, mobility, and financial resources. The advantage that I see in this module or self-learning kit is that it helps the learners to work independently and at their own pace. So they are not forced to do the task right away. So they can contemplate or reflect first with that content and then proceed to the task at their own pace. And of course it promotes independent learning wherein learners will really develop their critical thinking and more skills. Another advantage of this instructional material is that they know exactly what they have to learn because, as what I said a while ago, all the important topics and lessons are put together in one material, in this material, making it possible for the learners to easily know what they have to learn for that lesson, for the whole week. However, the downside in this instructional material is that when there is no knowledgeable person who can help the learner explain or help them understand the complicated concepts, learning will not be possible for the learners because, of course, learners are still learning, so they still need guidance of the teachers or anyone who are knowledgeable about the concept. Another downside in this instructional material is that there is no collaboration that will happen. There is no collaboration between teachers and learners or between classmates or peers, and it doesn't promote fun in learning because, of course, no one is an island, so they would really strive to have someone to work with, to have someone so they can have a fun learning. And the last downside that I see in this instructional material is that there is no feedback because there is no collaboration between the teachers and the learners. There is no feedback wherein learners will not be able to know or detect where he is lacking or what he needs to know, because there is no correction or no one is going to clarify things for him. Okay, so for our last but not the least instructional material, we have here the multimedia instructional materials. This instructional material plays a vital role in providing information through different media, in promoting, in encouraging imaginations and interest of the learners. So this technology combined with the lesson content of the teacher makes the teaching method really possible. When it comes to the advantages of this instructional material, I see that this reduces educational expenses. So, unlike the textbook, before the learner can have it, they have to spend money first to have it. And when it comes to the modules, it will also cost them money because they have to go to the computer shop to print. Well, if they do not have the printer and bond paper, so it costs them money. But when it comes to this instructional material, the multimedia instructional material, there is no need to spend money. You get the information you needed. And so another advantage of this instructional material is that it is easy to use. The use of this multimedia simplifies the lesson content, which promotes easy comprehension to the learners, meaning they will understand what is the lesson easier because it doesn't only contain the text, but also it contains pictures, videos that will help them to understand the lesson being discussed by the teacher. When it comes to the disadvantages of this instructional material, I see that not everyone can have technology. Not everyone can have the gadgets in order to access information to the content or the topic. We know that the majority of the Filipinos are poor and they have to work hard in order for them to feed their family, and having gadgets, it's too much for them. So it's not convenient for those who do not have the gadget, meaning learning will not be possible for those who do not have the access to this technology. Another downside of this instructional material is that for those who have this gadget, it could distract them. Say for example, when the learner is doing his task and suddenly something pops up from his social media, he would be distracted, and instead of finishing the task, he will just go to that social media and spend a long time on that social media. Alright, so for the last but not the least disadvantages of this instructional material is that it is time consuming. We know that in the internet, there are a lot and a vast information flooding this platform. And for the learners, they have to filter out first what is really needed, what is really important, what is valid before they could properly proceed to the task or properly understand the topic that they have. So that's all for the review, my review for the instructional materials that we are using in today's setting. Thank you and goodbye.